Hey guys, this is Llandros, and I'm back with a Spotlight Showcase video, which actually was originally supposed to be the very first episode of my Spotlight Showcase series. The reason it wasn't actually my first episode is because the developer or designer of this missed his deadline. Yeah, he was pretty bad, and I can say that because it was me. Alright guys, you're about to find out why I don't really build, because I'm probably the worst builder. It's very generic, and it's not, I don't know. Anyway, I figured if I was going to do a Spotlight Showcase series and I was going to ask you guys to either build a community lot or a residential lot, it kind of made sense that I ought to actually do it myself too. How can I ask somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do myself? So that was the whole point, is I was going to start it off with, okay, showing you what I did and then let you guys just blow me out of the water with everything that you're going to create, which I'm already seeing things. I've been getting a few submissions and I'm trying my best to work through them. I've got a lot on my plate right now. Believe it or not, I'm on a schedule. So whether you believe that or not, I do. That's why I missed my deadline and I ended up going with The Colorful Gem by Monica, which was fantastic. Anyway, what I'm going to show you is my little attempt at a house, and I'm going to go ahead and get him in here. But before we do that, I'm going to show it to you in build by mode, and I'm hoping that the music will not be as bad. So let me go ahead and go back in here, and let's see if I can show it to you real quick. Alright. Did I just do it right? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Alright, I just needed to go down here. Oh, it's because I've already moved him in. Never mind. Can't do that. Alright, I was going to do it something different, but I can't. Anyway, I can do it actually once we're in the game. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get back in here. I'm going to choose this guy. I've already moved him in. I gave him the cheat just because I had to. Now, the house that I'm going to show you, it's worth about $90,000. So let me go ahead and get down in the house. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay guys, we came in on a rainy day and I wanted to get past all the weatherstone and whatnot. But if you don't know, with this neighborhood, this is actually Barnacle Bay. And the lot that I chose was actually right here to where he has a really nice view of this cliff over here by the beach or by the ocean, and then of course his backyard has a view, and it's right before you go into the major part of the town. So it's on a 30 by 40 lot, and the reason I chose Barnacle Bay is just because I picked one at random and this just happened to be the one that I got to. But anyway, this is my first attempt at a house. Landscaping is hideous, but I tried. Okay, I got to give myself credit. At least I gave it an attempt. Anyway, looking at it from the side, I'm just going to kind of show you. I went with just a standard brick house just because that's kind of what I have been used to all of my life, is this style of house. I did not go all crazy and whatnot in the backyard. I didn't build pools or anything like that because I figured a family would move in here and maybe they would want to create their own, and it would give them a chance to do something unique. I also kind of left the landscaping here a little bit barren, just so in case you wanted to do something different or you wanted to add or take things away, it wouldn't be a whole lot. And of course the price was getting pretty expensive. This house actually already is sitting at around $90,000. So it's not going to be a starter home, but it definitely will have, it won't be something that you have to work really, really long until you can afford. It should be something you can get after a while. Alright, we're getting all kinds of messages. I'm just going to close out of all that. Now I'm going to let my sim go ahead and show us, I don't know what he's doing, but it looks like he's in the den. So I'm going to go ahead first, and while he's here in the den, I'm going to take you back over here to the kitchen. Now the kitchen, I used most of this came from the Bayside set, which is from the Sims 3 store. But if you don't have that set, it'll just get replaced by something from the base game or something that you already have. And it's real easy. You can just color it to look, you know, somewhat similar to this. So it's really not anything. I wanted to go with something a little bit more generic, but I like the design and the style of it. Now, one of the areas where you could cut cost is to actually get them a cheaper stove and not do as much of the decorative items, and maybe do a little bit cheaper of a refrigerator and dishwasher and sink. But I figured, you know what, this is actually a nicer home. It is something that they should have a little bit more of a step up, so that's why I did it. Now I like big open spaces, and that's why I really wanted this to all be open over here. I did leave this area here for the plants, but it's also a great area. You could put a breakfast table if you wanted to, and you could actually put a desk over here with a computer if you needed to, and take this the bookcase out. It's just anything you wanted to do. It's also got room here in case you wanted to put in an island. Or if you have a big family like I always have, if you got 6 or 7 Sims all trying to get into this area, they're not going to get congested and be unable to actually get out. So that was my whole point, is just give me room so I can let them all do what they got to do. Okay, now the dining room, I went with a green theme, and I don't know why. It's just because I like green. But anyway, you're going to notice I was very sparing in as far as anything on the walls. I tend to do that whenever I go into a house. I like to put things up in my houses, either pictures that they've taken or certificates that they've earned, anything like that. So I try to like look for houses, and I don't really want a whole lot of things on the wall so I can actually use that. Anyway, I wanted to give them a nice big table because if you've been watching my LPs, you probably know by now I do like big families. So I tend to do that quite a bit. And I love plants, so I've got to have my plants over here as well. All right, I love the wood flooring, and so this is something that I just had to have in my house. This actually came, I believe, with Seasons. I love this, just this very light wicker, very nice little set. But you're going to notice, again, I leave a lot of empty space so that you can actually do other things. If you have the gift giving party, you don't have to really clear out so much. You'll have enough room, and you could always put something else in here for seating. I put this little recessed area so that we could put the TV and the stereo. And of course my little guy, who is actually the guy that we had in the other episode, he's actually just enjoying his TV. So that's pretty good for him. I like windows. I like to be able to see out in the front and in the back. So I went ahead and put these windows here. And of course, you know I'm going to protect us from having this. I probably would not have put this many lights, but I really wanted it to show up. I didn't want it to be too dark. So I went ahead and put them in there, knowing I could always take them down, or I could set the colors or set the intensity of them if I wanted to. All right, he's going to go run off and go do something, which is fine. Okay, out in the backyard, before we get into the other parts, I'm going to show you that I really just kept it very simple. I put a little fire pit. I put my telescope just so that you can actually add to it if you want to. And there's not really a whole lot that you have to do. This is actually still giving you plenty of room on the lot to do other things. And of course, like I said, I like to have the view where you can look out. So I hate a lot of these houses where they take this spectacular view and they just make nothing but windows or cabinets and you can't see out that area. So to me, that would just be the biggest waste. All right, up here in the front room, and this is a 3-bedroom home. This would be the little girl's room or a teenage girl's room. It could be either girls or boys. You could just change out this coloring if you wanted. But I just happened to go with the girl's room just because that's what I had. Again, I kept it really, really sparing as far as decorations on the wall. I went ahead and just gave them a basic double bed set. Gave them the painting stand just so that the easel, they can actually use that if they wanted to. Very simple stuff. I leave these blank because I figured when they actually go to prom, they get prom queen, they get all these different awards for the ballet and all these things, all these awards that they're going to receive. We're going to be filling all this up eventually. So that to me meant just kind of keep it small, keep it easy. So that's what I did here. Now in between there's a bathroom right here, and this bathroom actually I was supposed to change it, and I am going to change it before I upload. In fact, I'm going to do it right now while I'm here, so before I actually send this, I'll have that. This I meant to put on this wall. Anyway, it's so nice that you can just do that. Anyway, this bathroom, it has just basically a nice little sink and shower, and it has the toilet, but it also has a double side over here. So if you have 2 Sims that need to get in here, although they don't use this very often, they can. But again, I tried to keep it really soft, really, really light, nothing too major. So there you go. Now this would normally be the boys' room, but I figured that in this one, he needed an exercise room. So I decided to take this room, and it's really going to be a skill building room. So I put in my workout equipment. I also put in the chemistry station just so he'd have something he could work on. He's got his stereo and he's got his TV if he wanted to do anything, and of course another bookcase, which you really don't need, but I just put it there. You've got room to put all other kinds of things if you wanted to. You could take some of this out, put in the alchemy station, you could put in the sculpting station, you could put in a whole bunch of stuff, the inventor's table, whatever you wanted, and you'd have him protected from the elements. So to me, I just wanted to have one little room that we could do that. Or if you really needed to, you could take the boys and the girls room, and you could put a double set of bunk beds, and you could get quite a few kids in this house. So even though it's a 3-bedroom home, you can fit a lot of people in here. It's really easy to do. Okay, now looking at it from the back, you'll see that I just tried to do a little bit of different look here with just kind of the stucco type of look on the brick, and I don't know, it just kind of made something to me. I tried different patterns and different shadings. This is the one I just tended to like the most, so that's what I kept. I did not build on a foundation, and that was for a purpose. I figured if you got this house and you wanted to actually build a basement, it would be very simple to do, and I think maybe over here you could actually take these planters out and you could put a spiral staircase and go straight down and have a huge basement covering this lot if you wanted to. So that was my thought. I don't know if that would be, something that I would do or not, but that's okay. Alright, over here is the master bathroom, and the master bathroom you can get to from two ways. You can either get to it from the main dining room area or from the master bedroom. And I just kept it very simple with a shower tub combo, the same cabinets that have been all throughout the house, the same wood floor. I went with more of this dark maroon color to kind of counteract the hunter's green. I just gave a little decorative items. Again, I tried not to go too far overboard, but I just gave them something so it didn't just look so plain. But like I said, it's my attempt at it. I tried to do it, but that's all right. Now the master bedroom is right up here, and I didn't mean to go green. I just went a little bit lighter, and I really was going to change it, but I started to really like the color, so I ended up deciding to just keep it. I like just the different comparisons of these the wood stains right here, so I wanted to go ahead and go with that. I kept this very basic and very plain, so if you had it, you could change it out so you can match whatever wall coloring you wanted to put in here. I also went ahead over here. I gave them a computer desk, very small with a laptop, so it didn't really take up a whole lot of room. Just kind of kept it nice, clean. I wanted to go more minimalist. I didn't want to junk it up with too much stuff. So I like windows, and I really like to be able to see out. If you've watched my videos before, you probably noticed I put my diplomas up here, I put certificates, I put portraits, any of the pictures they get in the photo booth. I like to put those things up because those mean more to me than just the portraits or pictures you can buy in the game. So those actually have your Sims in them, and I like them more. So anyway, that's our master bedroom. And of course I like to put it on an angle. I think usually if you put a door on an angle, the Sims tend to like that more. So that's what I did. I put it on an angle. Now it'd be really easy if you wanted to go ahead and build a second floor on this if you wanted to. I didn't do it because I figured 3 bedrooms was more than enough, and of course the price was getting a little bit high as well. So again, as you can see, it's just a very simple house, very basic, and I was hoping that we would get into nighttime, but I can actually show you how it would look at night by going over here into build by mode. And I'm going to get over here so you can kind of get a better angle so you can see the whole thing, and we can just go ahead and take a look, and you can see this is how the house would appear at night. I'm not great at landscaping. I tried my best, but I thought the house turned out okay. Again, I'm not a great builder. I just do the best I can do, and for me, I think I could actually enjoy living in this house. It would be something that I could try, and I was thinking about maybe if one of my families in one of my LPs could afford it, I might actually try to put them in there. I don't know, but I'd love to get your opinion on this. If you guys think I'm terrible and should never do this again, please let me know. You won't hurt my feelings, but I know my decorating style is probably not what yours is. There's probably a lot of different things you would do that I have no clue about. But like I said, it was my first attempt. I was going to build on a foundation originally, but then I thought, I love building basements more so than building a second floor. So that's why I decided to just stick with just a regular level, a lot level house, so that I could go down if I wanted to, and then I could just make just a massive basement and have all kinds of things. Again, it's on a 30 by 40 lot. The house cost about $90,000. That would be furnished. So if you wanted to get it a little bit cheaper, of course you could go in and take care of a whole bunch of different things, and you could get it unfurnished if you like. My big thing is I like big spaces. If I have big families, and you know I do, then we're going to actually have plenty of room so that nobody's actually getting stuck and having to wait on somebody else. I also like to have rooms that have 2 exits. So you'll notice most every one of my rooms, like this bathroom, would have 2 ways to get in and out. This bedroom has 2 ways in and out. All of these rooms have at least double doors, so you know you will be able to get in and out. They can actually go all the way through from one room to the next. So that's kind of, to me, it's a routing issue. I like to make sure that my Sims can find multiple ways to get to different places. So that's just what I like to do. But you know, like I said, it's my first real house I've ever built. I did build a little tiny one time, but it didn't work out very well. I didn't save it. So I mean, it looked good, but I lost it. Anyway, this is my first real attempt to build a house, and hopefully you'll like it. I know that it's very bare, but again, I was trying to keep costs down, and I was also trying to keep it to where I could actually use it for other things. And of course, you can change out anything you want to change out if you wanted to, and hopefully you guys will find this to be a house that either you like or you might recommend. It's going to be up on the exchange. I'm going to upload that, of course, once I get this video completely ready and uploaded. So you'll be able to actually go to my studio on the Sims 3 site, and you can download this house if you like, and you can take a look at it in your game and see what you actually think about it. So guys, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and for those of you who would like to submit one, if you'd like to submit anything to the Spotlight Showcase, here's what you're going to need to do. Build your lot. It can be a community lot. It can be a residential lot. It doesn't matter to me which one you build. If you do want to put yours into for submission, make sure you tell me what town you've built this in and maybe what lot that you put it in, so that when I actually try to go in and showcase it, I can show it where you built it. So it's going to look the way you actually designed it. And the landscaping should match, of course, wherever you had placed it. So if you could just give me those things, that would be great. And make sure, of course, you send me the personal message so that I can actually go right down to your link site and get the house and put it in there. I don't know how often I'm going to get to the uploads. I'm going to try my best to get to them as quickly as I can. Again, it takes a while because rendering and all my schedule is pretty tight. I even miss my own deadlines. So guys, I'll do the best I can whenever I get the submissions in. So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate all of you who have been subscribing to my channel, and those of you who have been joining me lately. I don't know where you're coming from, but I certainly do appreciate it, and it puts the huge smile on my face that you just can't imagine every time I turn on and see that I've got new people who are joining me for my little crazy LPs that I'm doing. So thank you all so much again, and I hope to see you in the next LP. Talk to you soon.